Hey everybody, and welcome back to Warhammer Weekend Times. We are back, folks. I apologize about the unplanned hiatus the channel took. It definitely did not plan to not produce a video for that amount of time, but we're back, and I've got a 1v1v1v1 free-for-all for you guys today. I am going to be playing as the Highelves. My opponents are going to be Degressi McFalligan playing as the Night Goblins. Then over here we have Richard, and his army's kind of split. He's got his cav over here, his infantry over here, and he's going to be playing as the Vampire Counts. And then way over here we have Mobius playing as the Cultists of Slaanesh. Let's go ahead and go over the army comps and then jump right into this battle because it starts so fast, guys. It like really like so much happens so quickly at the beginning of the fight. But anyway, he's got some Ungors with Spears, some good kind of soak units. He's also got some Marauders, 2 units of these, a few units of Marauder Axe Throwers in the back, really good armor piercing, kind of like a Javelin unit. They operate basically the same way. In the back, he's got some Chaos Warriors with Halberds, and then just some regular Chaos Warriors. I think he's got 4 Chaos Warriors with Halberds. That's a lot. He's also got some Chaos Trolls, and then some Mounted Demonettes, and then over here he's got some Chosen Knights of Slaanesh, and in the back he's got a unit of Dismounted Demonettes of Slaanesh. And that is Mobius' army. I think that's everything. I don't think I missed any of his units. Over here for Richard's army, he's got some Blood Dragons. He's also got some Drakenhof Guard, really elite 2-handed skeleton unit. He's also got a massive blob of Skeleton Warriors and Skeleton Spears. Each one of these are going to be armor upgraded, or the units are. You can see that actually on the model. They are nicely armored. Usually they're just naked skeletons. But, you know, when you armor upgrade them, it really shows up in this mod very beautifully. He's also got a whole bunch of Blood Dragon, or actually he's got 1 unit of Blood Dragon Knights, a few units of Knights of the Black Grail, a whole bunch of mounted skeletons, long line of these. He's got a unit of Hex Wraiths and a couple units of Vampire Black Knights. And I think that's all his Cav Force as well. And then over here for Degressi McFalligan's army, in the back he's got a couple units of Squig Archers. He's also got some Squig Hoppers, and then a massive blob of Night Goblin Archers. I think he's bringing like 4 or 5 units of these. Then some Night Goblins in front, and some Night Goblin Netters to kind of protect these arch units. And then he's also got a unit of Night Goblin Shamans, which can be used to devastating effect. They can wipe out an entire unit in one volley. Over here for my army, I've got a couple units of Dragon Princes of Calidor, some Silver Helms, and 2 units of Illyrian Reavers. I've got a unit of Tyrnarch Chariots. I've also got some Sword Masters of Hoeth over here, and just take a look at this, guys. See these runes on these swords? That is the armor or the weapon upgrade actually showing up on these models. So it's not just like they bring like a bigger sword or anything. Like it is very personalized for each unit. The way that these armor and weapon upgrades show up. I've also got a couple units of Lothern Sea Guard, a unit of Phoenix Guard, some Shadow Warriors, and then I've got some 1 unit of White Lions. Really good unit here. And then I think that's it. I've just got my High Elf Archers over here, and this was kind of a no rules free for all. I mean, you know, we did play with no flying units, of course, but I mean, it wasn't like respect the 1v1s or anything. It was, we all just agreed, go into the middle and just start trouble. So that's what we're gonna do. I am gonna be marching up my Silver Helms very quickly, and my Dragon Princes of Calidor. I'm gonna, because I got more cav, I'm probably gonna reach the center a little faster, but then I'm gonna decide, well, you know what, this is a free-for-all. I don't want to just let Degressi McFalligan just pick me apart with his Night Goblin Archers, so I'm gonna charge in my Silver Helms straight into these Night Goblin Archers. You can see the Squig Hoppers coming up behind those Archers, and in the middle of these, we can see the Night Goblin Fanatic. Oh, he also had Night Goblin Fanatics. I didn't see these guys because usually they move around a lot more, but on pause it's easy to miss them. But they are going to be flipping out. You can see them kind of scooting around some of the other units. I'm getting a really nice charge here, though, with my Dragon Princes of Calidor into this massive blob of Night Goblins. This is what he wants to use the Night Goblins for, but I am going to be putting a ton of pressure on his units with my Illyrian Reavers and my Dragon Princes of Calidor. A nice shot, though, from his Night Goblin Shamans, almost completely vaporizing this Illyrian Reaver unit. Only like six horsemen left in it out of like 40. Totally just destroyed this unit of Illyrian Reavers and took their effectiveness away in just a flash of an instant. And they're going to continue to fire as well. It takes about 3 little animations that they do before they fire, but we'll see that in just a minute. I apologize, guys, too, if this is a little bit choppy. There's a lot going on in the battlefield, not only just on this side, but over here. We'll pop over there in just a second. He's going to fire again with a Night Goblin Shaman to take out my general. I'm going to be the first one to lose my general very, very early in the game, and that's going to put me at a little bit of a disadvantage, although the Highelves don't really have a bad morale system going on with them. But you can see here, I'm really pushing in on his Night Goblins. Way over here, we've got Richard's Skeleton Warriors moving up against some of my High Elf Spears, and then down over here, we have a big cav engagement going on between Richard and Mobius. Richard's got a lot of his Knights of the Black Grail and his Blood Dragon Knights, multiple HP units, fighting against these Mounted Demonettes. Mobius wants to be careful because the Mounted Demonettes are one of the best cav units in the game right now, or one of the best light cav in the game. Multiple HP, extremely fast. But if he gets swarmed by Richard's multiple HP cav, he can lose those demets very, very quickly if he's not careful. I am going to charge in some of my Silver Helms over here and just involve myself in Mobius and Richard's engagement with their cav. And we can see Mobius pulling back his Mounted Demonettes. It looks like he's going to be circling around again for another charge. Maybe. I don't know, but he might just be moving his units away. I am going to be moving up some more of my Silver Helms into Mobius's line because I did hit Richard. And I decided, well, you know what? I don't want to just hit Richard because I am fighting against Richard's Skeleton Warriors as well, so I wanted to move in against Mobius and let Mobius know I was coming for him too. So I'm going to charge into Mobius's Demonettes right here. It's not going to be a super effective charge because they are going to be multiple HP, but I am going to take a terrible volley from those Marauder Axe Throwers I got just in the middle of both of those units and just got massacred in that Silver Helm unit, and then he's going to clean up with these Mounted Demonettes as well. But things are going very good for Mobius. He has not had to involve a lot of his units quite yet. He still has a lot of his Chaos Warriors with Halberds and Chaos Warriors still alive, very healthy units, while over here we are still all fighting. Richard's going to be coming up and charging into my core of High Elf Archers as well. I am going to be trying to move on my Shadow Warriors. I really probably shouldn't have done that because I did lose some Shadow Warriors, and he did still slam into my High Elf Archers. It wasn't too bad of a charge because he didn't have a very kind of long line coming in, but I was able to pull back some of my archers. And then my Tyrannok Chariots did kind of plow through. I did lose one of them, but I did kill quite a few of his mounted Blood Dragon Knights. Tyrannok Chariots are actually really good already chariot unit. They have a really high mass, I think, and they're able to push through cav and infantry units like they're almost just not there. And I'm going to try and have a little bit of harass with my my Tyrannok Chariots against the Blood Dragon Knights and the Knights of the Black Grail. But Richard's cav force is just really vicious. There's all these heavy cav. He's also got his Hex Wraiths sliding around in the mix as well. So this is a big chunk of army that I really am going to be eager to get rid of. Because look, he's just chewing up my High Elf Archers like they're not even there. And that's one of the advantages High Elves have over other factions is the ability to make use of really good skirmish units. I am going to be moving in some of my Shadow Warriors, which are they're okay in melee damage or melee combat, but you can see them just getting thrown around by these Blood Dragon Knights like dolls or tissue paper or some other light object. But I am going to lose a little bit of my micro, and down goes our Digressing McFalligan's Night Goblin General over there in that little cutscene. And we go take a look at Digressing McFalligan's army. He's actually still in the game a bit. He's got quite a few Night Goblin archers left, and that's kind of where most of his killing force was. He brought a very traditional kind of horde army, just lots and lots and lots of, numerous low morale units. Lots of... Look at these guys just firing away, just crazy, just an unending stream of arrows. And they're just going to be picking off what's left in my Dragon Princess of Calidor. You can kind of see this little, breadcrumb trail of Dragon Princes here. That's kind of a good illustration of what those Night Goblin archers can do. Even though my Dragon Princes are, high armor and shield value, with all those small projectiles coming in and doing damage, that will add up very quickly and pick off some of my Dragon Princes. I am going to be moving up some of my Lothern Seaguard against these Knights of the Black Grail as well, but Richard's going to be pulling away from them and into my other unit of Lothern Seaguard and rout them as well, and I'm going to lose that fairly healthy unit of 60 Lothern Seaguards. I don't think I have any arrows left on them. They typically expend their ammo very quickly. I don't think the Lothern Seaguard has more than maybe 5 or 6 volleys. So that's kind of, whenever you're deploying those guys, keep in mind they are not a traditional archer unit. They are they can go through their ammo very fast. So once they do, they're gonna just mostly be you know, good shield wall units. Mobius is going to be pursuing what I do have left in my Dragon Princes of Calidor. 22 left in this unit. That is still enough to make some of these charges deadly and effective, charging into these Night Goblin archers, doing lots and lots and lots of damage each charge. Very satisfying to be getting all these kind of kills with against Aggressive McFalligan, just because, you know, I mean, that's just how they are. You know, you expect to lose goblins when you bring out goblin armies. But they're fast. I mean, you know, you look at how quickly these guys move across the terrain. It's very fast. So they almost kind of are like in between infantry and light cav in terms of speed. But you know, whenever you bring Night Goblins, you can kind of count on losing a lot of them. Mostly just because they're so individually weak and have low morale. But you know, he's done a very good job. I'm trying to kind of kill them, but my focus is kind of all over the place. My micro was definitely not microing. Well, I guess I am microing these high archer units over here. This is probably right around when I started to kick back into some of my micro, but it's not going to really matter because in comes Mobius at the very end with just very, very healthy Chaos Warriors. 95 in this unit, untouched, almost untouched in this halberd unit here, and then he's also got a ton of, or not a ton of, you know, 70 over here as well, and he's kind of protecting against some of Richard's cav. Richard still does have some Hex Wraiths and Knights of the Black Grail. I don't know if he's got any, yeah, he's got a handful of Blood Dragon Knights as well, but this is still not, you know, this is not a very weak cav force that Richard has left. He still can do a lot of damage with these Knights of the Black Grail and these more elite Vampire Counts units, but pretty much at this point, my army is just scattered and mostly torn apart. A lot of my units are routing, and I'm not really able to make a difference against Mobius at this point. Aggressive McFalligan also has very few units. I think he's got his archers over here, but I think all he's got left are a few squig units and his Night Goblin archers. So yeah, pretty much me, Mobius, and Richard are pretty depleted on our armies. I'm sorry, me, Richard, and Aggressive McFalligan. Mobius is the one who has the very strong army left, and I don't even think if the other three of us decided to just settle our differences and go for Mobius, if we could defeat him, just from the sheer fact that he has so many heavy infantry units left on the field. He's got these halberd units. He's also still got his Marauder Axe Throwers, which would be really effective at picking off some of our weaker units that are more injured, or some are more heavily armored units as well. He's got some Marauders over here. I mean, just a ton of units left, and I don't really know how we're going to be able to handle this. You can see on my balance of power, I'm pretty much it's nothing. I have like nothing left to combat anybody with. So we're going to kind of watch Mobius move in and maybe just clean up. Oh, those are his demons. I'm going to say I do think these are. I got some archers about to fire into his Marauder units. I don't remember that, but no, these are the demonettes that just kind of have the same color palette with that kind of light. That's, I guess, a light pink or light purple, but it kind of appears as white. So, anyway, Mobius is going to be chewing through what Richard has left with his mounted demonettes and his trolls. The Chaos Trolls are very durable units. They only come like in 7. It depends on what scaling you are on, of course, but I think, you know, like normal scaling, they're like 5, large it's 7. I don't know what huge is, maybe 9. But they are very, very, very strong. I've only seen them been one-shot by a few, like, mage units or artillery units, and I've even seen them, like, take cannons and then get back up afterwards. So I think they've got a ton of armor. I mean, really, really high armor value, like maybe 30, like 20-something attack, high HP, like 8 or 9 HP. They may even have more than that. But yeah, they are a very durable unit. But this battle's pretty much coming to an end, guys. Mostly the cleanup phase. Richard has a little bit left in the mix. It looks like Aggressive McFalligan has a little bit left over here, but they're going to be chewed up by the mounted demonettes. Again, guys, just one of the best cav units in the game. They are going to be a little bit more vulnerable to range fire because they have no shield value, and they don't really have a fantastic charge value either, but I'm starting to believe that Medieval 2 has an intrinsic, like, charge ignores a certain defense skill, because I've seen people do rear charges and take out multiple HP units fairly quickly. I mean, fairly fresh multiple HP units too, going down to rear charges on fairly low, like Outriders, like fairly low charge units. So they may or may not get a defense skill roll from charges. I'm not quite sure. That is something, you know, I may have to science out a little bit, but. The Mounted Demon Nets are just making really short work of what's left on the field. The Night Goblins over here are wavering, and it looks like Richards is going to get some hits on the Night Goblins as well. Absolutely no teamwork in these FFAs, but that's how they're supposed to be. You're just supposed to go after everybody, and that's how this game went. So I thought I was very pleased with this free-for-all. I think kind of what ended up happening, though, is because I sent those Silver Helms in to hit Richard's cav so early, Richard decided to come after me, and then that kind of left Mobius without really anybody fighting him, so he was able to move in kind of at the end and clean up. But here are the kill counts, guys. 2,600 kills for my High Elf army, 408 from Degrassi McFalligan, 1,141 for Richard, and 639 for Mobius. Let's take a look at and see who got the kills on my team. 554 for my Dragon Princes of Kalendor, then another 141 for my other unit, 270 for my Tyrannok Chariots, 249 for my Silver Helms, 307 with my Illyrian Reavers. I mean, this is crazy. My other Illyrian Reavers only got 42, but that is definitely the unit that got vaporized early in the game. But still, if they were able to get 42 kills that quick, that's pretty good. Now, they are against Night Goblins, and so they come in like twice as much as a unit. So I mean, if you really like, this would be more like half numbers against maybe, you know, a more durable army. But definitely a lot of my focus was focused on the Night Goblins so far as my cav was concerned. 248 with Swordmasters of Hoeth. That is amazing, though. I think these were the ones who were primarily concerned with a lot of Richard's Skeleton Warriors, and that's maybe why they got so many kills. But really high amount of kills on my team. The Phoenix King would be proud. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, guys. Again, I'm sorry about the late upload, but I should be getting back up on this very soon and producing a lot more out for you guys. So, but anyway, guys, hope you guys liked the battle. I certainly enjoyed playing it. It was a lot of fun, and I will see you guys next time.